let's talk about dropshipping, and more importantly, let's talk about how to dropship successfully in 2024. And if you're new to my channel, my name is James Conti. I'm the founder of Ecom Boss Mentoring, and I help people get started making money online with dropshipping. But we do it with a twist. I'm a big believer in doing things in a way that are going to guarantee your results, as opposed to making you spend a bunch of money, take on a bunch of risks, and have nothing to show for it. And so today what I want to talk about is our method for dropshipping online and succeeding online without ever building a Shopify store, without ever spending any money on ads, or really doing anything techie at all. But before I can get into that, I need to talk about the myth around what dropshipping is. If you talk to people who have maybe seen some YouTube videos or they've looked around online, they have a preconceived notion about what dropshipping is. They'll say, well,
what you need to do is you need to find the perfect winning product. There is 18 criteria you need to find, and it needs to fit all 18, plus be blessed by Zeus himself. You need to have that winning product. Next, you need to build the most beautiful, aesthetic Shopify store. You must have $200 a month worth of apps and software to make it as high converting as possible, and then you need to spend your life saving on ads to test until you make money.
That worked a lot better back in 2016, 2017, 2018. Nowadays, not so much. It 100% works. In fact, you can go on YouTube and you can see these insane case studies of people doing 30 grand a month, 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month. Hell, some of them are my own students. But if you're a beginner and you're looking just to get started to make your first 3, 4, 5 grand per month online, that is the worst method to get started with dropshipping. And here's the thing that people don't understand. That is a way to approach dropshipping. But dropshipping itself isn't a business model that is confined by you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. What people don't understand is that dropshipping is just a fulfillment model. All it means is that you are going ahead and selling products online, and instead of fulfilling them from your garage and having 10,000 units in your garage, or fulfilling them through a in-person brick and mortar storefront. You're getting paid for the product up front, online, and then you're fulfilling through a supplier who's international, who can ship it out for the customer. The supplier is online, you never have to meet them, and they get you the product for a wholesale rate, so cost price, and then you get to pocket all the profit of the sale price. So for example, instead of you going out there and buying a portable charger and then selling it in person with the unit, where you take on the risk and you had to buy the portable charger and then had to pray that somebody buys it, what you're doing is you're listing the portable charger online, and then after getting paid, say $50, you can take $10 of that at the wholesale price, pay it to the supplier, and then they ship it out to the customer. It doesn't matter whether you're building a store or whether you're advertising through word of mouth or online or anything. Dropshipping is just that method of fulfilling through an online supplier. And while that fulfillment model allows you to go out there and sell things and make money online without ever having to buy any products up front, the gurus love to complicate it. And that's where the winning products and the Shopify stores and the subscription and the money and the ads and the risk start to come in. If you're a beginner and you don't have $10, $20, $30, $40,000 in liquid cash, so you're willing to spend on testing products and building a brand and actually learning and investing into that progress, well, in reality, it's not the best place for you to start. Because a lot of beginners come to me and they've gone through that model. They spent $5,000 on ads. They built 3 different stores, they tested 3 different products, and they have nothing to show for it except the fact that they're discouraged. It doesn't work because it requires a lot of money up front. It doesn't work for a beginner because there's a lot of risk, and with risk comes emotions, and it just becomes a negative experience. Whereas my students over at the Ecom Boss Mentoring program, what they do is they are getting started selling products online, drop shipping them so they never have to see, touch, or ship them, but they do it using free marketing methods where they never have to pay for marketing and they never even have to build a store. So what we're going to talk about today is exactly how that process works and how you can make more money than what most of these dropshippers are making in profit by doing it in a far more simple way. So in order for you to get started dropshipping online in 2024 in the simplest, easiest way with our storeless Ecom Boss method, there are 3 key pieces that you're going to want to learn and understand and go through, and then 1 bonus tip that I'll give you afterwards. The very first thing is you want to know how to find winning products. And now when you're using winning products in the context of building a website and you're putting all this money backing it into advertising, you need to make sure that product is good. Because if that product isn't the perfect product, well, then you're spending money towards a product that just most likely isn't going to work. You can see where people start to really overthink and stress on this product because it needs to be perfect before they ever put any money behind it. With this model, you don't need to. You see, when you're using this system, you're not paying to test products. You're not paying to go out there and try and market them and try to get sales with them. And so when we're looking for a product, we're less looking for the magic unicorn, Zeus-blessed product. No, we're looking for products that people want to buy. And so people buy things in the fitness space, the health space, in the chiropractic space, in the pet space, in the tech space, in the comic book space, in the gaming space, in the baby space, every single space and niche under the sun, there is always products that people are buying. There are new products being brought in, new trends that are popping up. And so it's less about finding the perfect niche or the perfect product and just looking at any of these niches, what's selling? This is selling, this is selling, this is selling, this is selling, and then taking those products and putting them in front of the people in the marketplace. So for example, when we're looking for products, we're usually looking for products that solve a problem or are super visually appealing. Anything else outside of some very obvious stuff, like we don't want to be selling something that's 50 cents to buy, I want to be selling something that's 20, 30 bucks or more. We want to make sure there's a product that sells based on it being something that solves a problem or has a visually appealing wow factor element to it. Now, where do we find these products? Some really great places to start is TikTok. Hashtags like TikTok maybe buy, hashtag Amazon finds. You can see that on Instagram Reels as well. Look at what people are posting on these short form content platforms like TikTok, like Instagram Reels. TikTok maybe buy, Amazon maybe buy. Look at what people are buying. And if that video is getting 500,000 likes, well then people want this product. But because they're not having to risk any capital up front, it doesn't take anything for us to take that product and sell it ourselves and see if we can make sales as a result. So that's a really, really great place to see. Another one is Amazon bestsellers. If you go to the Amazon bestsellers list, the Amazon movers and shakers lists, you can find products that are up and coming that are selling each and every day. And once again, boom, there's inspiration there. Other places such as Etsy. If you go to Etsy, you can find products and see the amount of units that were ordered. And so if you're seeing something that's really taking off, that was listed 2 weeks ago, but it has 5,000 sales, well then might be onto something there. The bottom line is you want to be able to spot products that either solve a problem or are visually appealing that are proven to sell using some of those platforms. The second part is testing for free. Now that you've got a big list of products that are selling right now that fit those two criteria, what you want to do is just go out there and take imperfect action. The really fun thing about this model is that nothing is stopping you from just taking all those products, flooding the marketplace and seeing what sticks. As silly as it may sound, throwing spaghetti against a wall and seeing what sticks can be an incredible strategy as opposed to trying to be pinpoint accurate, taking the spaghetti and just throwing one and hoping it lands. The person who throws it all at once is more likely to find the ones that stick a hell of a lot quicker. It's the same thing here. And what we do is we test on free platforms like Facebook Marketplace, eBay. Later on, we do stuff like Etsy. These are platforms where you don't have to run ads. You don't have to build a store. Why is that possible? Well, because these platforms have already done the marketing for you. If you go ahead and you talk to all the people on your street and say, hey, have you heard of Facebook? Have you heard of eBay? What are they going to say? Yes, of course, because they've already done all the marketing for you. The only reason why you would have to market a Shopify store is because nobody knows it exists. If everyone knew it exists, you'd have people on there every day buying your stuff. As long as you make high quality listings, good quality photos, good titles, good descriptions, and that sort of stuff we can help you with. Once you've got those things in front of those buyers, your chances of making sales are extremely high. It's as simple as that. Which brings me to my third point. What do we do once you make sales? Because you will make sales. It's as simple. You follow the dropshipping fulfillment model. Not the business model, the fulfillment model. What that means is once you get a sale, 2 sales, 3 sales, 4 sales, 10 sales, you take part of the money you were paid, the cost price, you pay it to the supplier, and the supplier ships it directly to the customer while you pocket the profit. And the really cool thing is it actually is profit. You didn't have to pay for stores, websites, apps, ads, or anything along those lines. Versus if you had made a sale in a dropshipping store, assuming you made a profitable return on your ad spend, you still have the store costs, the running costs, the ads costs, the apps cost, everything else that goes into it. So there's a very good chance you might not be making any sales at all, especially since advertising costs are usually the largest part of the cost of any sale that you make online. If you can rip that out, which is what we're doing here, you're gonna be making a profit every single time. And that's the system. If you can find hot products, put them on platforms that have already done the marketing for you, and do it correctly and then make sales and then fill through a supplier, you've now unlocked the skills to be able to go out there and sell products online without having to pay for advertising and without having to see, touch, ship, buy up front, or fulfill any of the orders. Now I've got a bonus tip for you. This system, and there's a hell of a lot more to it, we get really intricate, really in depth, and we make it really, really fun with our students. But the bottom line is this: once you're at 3 to 5 grand per month with it, the really cool thing is you can then make the jump from doing organic dropshipping, which is what this is, to paid dropshipping with a store and running ads, you can make that leap and be 100 times more likely to be successful because you've got experience, you've got cash flow coming in, and you've got products that are literally spitting you money every day. So it's far more likely that if you put that product and take all the information you've learned from the customers you've been speaking to, the data that you've seen, and take that and turn it into a store, you're gonna do a hell of a lot better. Which is why we have students who have gone ahead and made great money on platforms like Marketplace, like my student Craig. If you haven't seen his interview here on my channel, go check it out. He did $180,000 in a single month in a Shopify store. But he didn't start there. He did around 8 grand in sales on Marketplace alone in a single month. He found a product that was really making up the bulk of that money, and he turned it into a store, and then he scaled it to the moon. If he had started with that, he wouldn't have known that was a product that was going to do well, and he wouldn't have had the experience needed to really take the time to make it work. So once you've got products that are doing really well, you can turn into a store. You can also look at, even in the organic side of things, scale horizontally, start going across multiple platforms, start going across and looking at similar products to the ones that you're already selling. You can also scale vertically, start paying to boost the product a little bit. So if you've got something that's working really well on Marketplace, you can spend $5 or $10 a day to boost it up the algorithm if you really want to put a bit of money behind it. There is so much that you can do, whether it's doing that or whether it's scaling it into a store. But if you're a beginner looking to get started with dropshipping and making money online, don't listen to the myths about all the stuff you need to do and all this money you need to spend. Keep it simple, keep it bare bones, and follow the system that my students are using, because our success rate is one of the highest in the industry for a reason, because we teach what actually works for a beginner in your shoes. If that was helpful, please let me know. If you've got questions, leave it in the comments. And if you want to find out more about working with us one-on-one, getting our AI softwares that does a lot of this work for you, working with me, working with my team, getting all of our best stuff to guarantee your success with this process, message me on Instagram. It really is me responding, not a robot or an AI or anything like that. And I'll go ahead and flick you some more details as well. You're amazing. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.